YouTube? Blue Suit Reviews, another video. I am enjoying this weather so much. So much right now. It feels amazing outside. Except if you live in North Dakota. I feel sorry for you. It's cool though. I'm gonna send some of this warm weather your way. You gonna feel that in spirit. You're gonna be good. Everything gonna be fine. Don't even worry about it. Look what we got. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, gray rock. Sitting here looking all pretty and shiny. Yeah, might even go for a ride. Not now though. We're gonna go through some features. And we're gonna see what's in it. No more delay. We're gonna get right in. Yeah, buddy, gotta make sure I got the keys. Alright, so see what I got. 2015 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack, RT Scat Pack, technical name. Transmission, 6-speed manual, Tremec. SRT Hemi, 6.4 liter V8, naturally aspirated. Oh, I'm about to get a copyright. Hold up. Alright, music muted. I don't want to get hit with the copyright infringement. Interior, black leather, color, granite crystal metallic clear coat. Which is beautiful too. When you see it in the sun, it sparkles. But we're going to look at it when we get back outside. Performance steering. So, let me get into the performance steering. We got our buttons. Which my favorite button, obviously, this one right here, that sport button. Gotta love that. That's the one that changes the shift points, and it just feels good to push that button. But this is the button we're gonna push right here. And that's the super trackpad button. So when we push that, we get a new screen, and it's got some options in here. So over here we got the performance control. You got your launch control button over here on the left. You got the activate launch mode button on the right. You got your RPM set up. So launch mode is selected. So your launch mode is set up. So I think it defaults to 3500. I don't launch at 3500 because I found out it doesn't do me any good. So I have taken this car to the track before, and I tried to launch. I think I tried to launch at like 3,000 RPM, and it really didn't do much better than me launching at like 1,500 RPM. So I actually dropped the launch RPM down to like 1,600 RPM, and I got a pretty decent launch. And I don't track for money. Like I don't do pink slip tracking. I just go out there to have fun. I can't remember what my last pass was, but that don't even matter. The next time I go to the track, y'all gonna be with me. So this is not like the newer Scats. I think the newer Scat Packs, you can change the suspension, you can change the steering, you can change shift points and all the different kind of stuff. Not sure about the shift point, but this is not like that. This is a 2015 Scat Pack. Only it's not an SRT. So when you get in here, like you see right here on the screen, it's got current mode default. The engine's in normal, traction is in normal, and then the steering is in normal. But if you go over here to sport mode setup, it shows you where everything is set. So the engine is in sport, in the sport mode setup, traction control is in sport, and the steering is in normal. So when we talk about having performance steering, that's what they're talking about. That's steering, being able to change your steering from sport, normal, and comfort. When you hit sport mode, the traction control goes to sport. Then when you hit the traction control button and hold it, and I don't remember how long you hold it for, it's that button right there. The microphone is casting a shadow, but it's that button right there. When you hold that button, I think it's like 3 or 5 seconds, you can turn the traction control completely off. And then it's burnout time. Just so you know. Alright, so engine block heater. So this thing has an engine block heater. I have no idea how to use it, which it gets brutally cold in Minnesota. So again, you people up north, come down to the warmth. Come down to the warmth. Come down to the sun. Don't stay up there. Why don't you expand your horizons? Why don't you visit Florida, sunny Florida, and see what it's like down here? Bring your car. Come down here, drive around with us for a while. You might like it. You probably find yourself selling your house or moving out of your apartment in whatever state that you live in up north and coming to live with us full time, which we don't mind. We don't mind. We like having people come down and appreciate the warmth that we have down here. All right, so we're gonna go to the interior. The sunroof. This when stuff started getting interesting. So got a sunroof pre-cut, came from the factory like that. This car does come with fog lights, which I like that, man. I like having that. I mean, it's you don't need fog lights. I don't even know if anybody needs fog lights. It rarely gets foggy here in Florida. But the appearance, having those fog lights, like it's a nice appearance. Having those extra set of lights makes the car gives the car much more curb appeal, in my opinion. So this car's got HIDs, high intensity displacement bulbs. Amazing. They look great. My only problem with them is, and I've already checked this. I've opened the hood and kind of just taken a look at them because I thought to myself one day, if I need to change my headlights, what will it take to do that? It don't look good. It don't look good for all the people out there that got HIDs and their factory HIDs. It looks like I have to take my headlights completely out to get those lights out of there. I don't know for sure because I have not tried it. Leave a comment if you've done that. Tell people what you had to do to get that out of there. But I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm afraid right now. But we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. As of right now, my headlights work, so I'm gonna just go with that. Another thing about my headlights is they adjust automatically. So they are automatic headlights, which most cars in the 2000s make automatic headlights, or the cars have automatic headlights on them. But they don't all come with automatic adjusting headlights. I'm probably not even gonna work out the sheet anymore. So it's got the 6-speed manual Tremec transmission, and I love it. I love it. I still got the old shifter knob on there. I'm gonna find something to replace that with. I appreciate it. Like the downshift. Like I'm telling you right now, if you don't drive a manual car and you never driven one, go check that out. Go see what that's like. Learn how to drive one first. But go check that out. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed if you drive a car with a manual transmission. I don't care what kind of car it is. It can be a Miata, which them things ain't that bad. With a manual transmission, you gotta try it. I'm telling you, it's amazing. The downshift, rev matching, like you gotta try all of that stuff because that stuff it'll put something new in your life. I'm telling you. So let me go through this some more. Y'all probably looking at this. I know y'all seen it before, but it's another video. Can't hurt. I hope that don't. All right, so this is the 8.4 Uconnect system. And I'm pretty sure everybody out there knows by now the way they make cars is everything that has to do with your car is run through the radio. So the radio is essentially the car's controller. So the ECM, which is near, it's right up there in the corner up by the hood, is the car's brain, but the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and all of that is this right here. It's the radio. So when I got this car, it came with like 6 months of free XM. It has navigation, which I never use because it's not the easiest to work with, but it's got it. Let me see, we just look at a map. Yeah, acquiring signal. It probably won't acquire a signal because I'm sitting in my garage. Oh, it is. Showing something. Yeah, my house doesn't exist. But anyway, so working our way back to the radio. On the radio, you know, you got your Sirius XM, acquiring signal is not gonna do it. I got presets across the top up here, stuff that I listen to. If we go to media, that's my phone. Right now I got my Spotify playing. We go over here to controls, or at least controls my seats and steering wheel and all of that stuff. So this is one of the things I was talking about, the combination of things. So this car is missing some stuff. Like it doesn't have the lane departure. Why did I move away from that? It doesn't have the lane departure sensors. Like it doesn't have the lane departure, the deal where it tells you that you're leaving the lane, or it automatically alerts you to, you know, if you're getting a little crazy. But it's got other stuff that I wouldn't think that a Scat Pack would have unless somebody went to a catalog and said, I want this specifically in my car. So I have heated and cooled seats. I have a heated steering wheel, which is crazy. I felt that before, and if your hands are cold, like that is the most amazing feeling ever, to have a heating steering wheel. If you don't know what that's like, you got to experience that. I don't even care if you buy the car, you got to experience heated steering wheel. Like that put me on like something brand new. And I got heated and cooled seats for both the passenger and myself, which is cool. We're gonna get out of that, and we gonna. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna finish going through this screen right here. I want to go back to the Super Track Pack. Push that Super Track Pack button. So what I didn't talk about when I was in here is the performance pages. You probably remember me mentioning this, the car's top speed when I bought it was 80 miles per hour, because I went through the performance page just to see, because I wanted to see what the quarter mile times were and all of that stuff. And as you can see in here, it's got the back end of Gray Rock sitting right there. And then the front end. All right, focus. So if we go to number 2, vehicle info, air intake temperature, you got tire pressure, you got coolant temperature, you got oil temperature, you got oil pressure. So if you don't want to look at the gauges in here, if you don't want to look at the gauges in here, you can have them right in front of you, which is cool. If we go up to number, I'm going the wrong way. You go to number 3, you got your performance. So all the way to the left is your 0 to 60 timer. And then you go right 1, you got your 0 to 100. Then you got your 8 mile timer, which over there says best 9.1. Got to do better. Quarter mile timer, best 13.8. Got to do way better. Braking distance, don't really have a number in there for that. It's got the G force, the G meter. It's got the parking, peak G forces, parking. It's got the lap timer, which I have not done a single lap in this car. And then it's got lap history, which I'm glad to know that's in there. So, and then you got top speed. Anyway, we go up to, I keep going the wrong way, man. All right, so we go up to 4. It's got fuel economy. I never look at this. Why would anybody ever look at this if you drive a V8, anything? Don't even look at this. This is going to do nothing but depress you all the time, and it's going to make you regret buying the car, because it will literally show you your money leaving your pocket and going to Shell or BP or wherever you buy your gas from. So don't even look at this. Don't do that to yourself. Just stay away from this screen. That's why I'm glad hold on, let me go back. I'm glad there ain't no numbers on here now, because I'd probably cry a little bit. but it's all good. We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna go to number 5. Trip info. Never look at that. Don't even use that. We're gonna go ahead and skip by that. 6. Audio. I don't even know what to do with this. Like, I've seen this so many times, and I know people use this with the taser, which that's something. Hopefully, I'm trying to get a taser soon, and I'm gonna go through how that works. But I think like that's, I don't know. I think that's what you use that for. I don't know. Leave some in the comments if you know what that's for. Messages. I never use this either. I think this is for your CEL codes. If anything goes wrong with the engine, the onboard diagnostic system, the OBD, will tell you what it is, and it'll put the message right here in front of you. I have not seen any messages in here. I mentioned in my last video I have not had any problems, 0 problems, and I'm good. I'm good right now, and I hope it stays like that. And this is your screen setup. If you go in here, you can actually customize what you want in different parts of the screen. So you can customize the center, the odometer, store defaults, the upper right, the upper left, and the center. But I got my stuff where I want it, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Now this, so it's focusing. So let me go ahead. Let me turn this to run. See if focus there. All right, so I want to go back to the SRT pages. All right, so on the SRT pages, if we go over the performance pages, bam. All right, so this, let's see if it focus. All right, so I love this right here. So if you out driving and you're doing a pull or just accelerating or whatever you're doing, it tells you your horsepower or estimated horsepower up here. I'm pretty sure it's measuring at the crank. It tells you your torque down here, right here in the very middle. It tells you your oil pressure, which I don't even totally know why that's there. I'm assuming that's there just in case you start losing oil pressure. It lets you know to hurry up and shut this thing down, but I don't know. I don't really know. What I like about this though is it lights up like a light show when you start hitting it out on the road. Like, it's cool to watch. I don't know why I get excited over stuff like that, but I do. Like, I like watching that. These little indicators over here, they fly like all the way around here, and they go crazy. It's amazing. If you own a Dodge product, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so this button up here is the G-force. I feel like that's kind of high though. I don't know what I was doing that day. I probably did a U-turn. U-turns are popular in Florida. It's got the angle, the 15-degree steering angle. All right, I don't know what I was doing. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, so we go with the gauges. All right, so you got your battery and your intake gauge, your intake air temperature gauge. So this gauge right here to the right, like, I watch that a lot, well, especially, I don't watch it as much as I used to, but I changed my air box to something that didn't come with the car, and I'm gonna talk about what I did with that in a different video. When I changed that air box, I watched this gauge like a hawk for like a week, like a whole week, because I wanted to make sure that the new air box was working properly. I didn't have any doubt that I put it in right, but I mean, you want confirmation. You want visual confirmation. It's like Facebook. You want that shot of dopamine. You gotta get it. So I was watching that gauge, and what I didn't do, which I'm upset that I didn't do it. Let me go back. I'm upset that I didn't do it, is I never looked at what the gauge is read at before I changed the airbox. And then I changed the airbox, and now all I have to go off of is the numbers that I get now. So lesson learned on that. All right, so the gauge is above that, You got your coolant temperature, your oil temperature, and your oil pressure. So I did something to the engine, and I had to watch the coolant temperature for a while. For like, I probably watched the coolant temperature for 3 days after I did what I did to the engine. I'm gonna tell everybody what I did in a separate video. That's one of my mod videos in the mod series. But I had to watch that because if anything went wrong, I was gonna have to park the car and figure out what I did wrong. I do a lot of mod myself and DIY stuff, so I had to make sure that was good. This guy, I watched the oil pressure temperature every time I change the oil. I changed it once when I got the car because I mean that's just a habit. It's what I do. As soon as I get a car, I change the oil because I want to make sure. I don't even say oil. Am I saying that right? Anyway, you never know. You never know what kind of oil is in there. You don't even know if it's really full synthetic. I'd like to believe it was, but I had to make sure. So I put Mobil 1 full synthetic import 0 to 20 in this engine, and it's working amazing. I think my next oil change is going to be royal purple, but you got to order 0 to 20 because that, or 020. Because that stuff, you can't find that stuff everywhere. 520 is all over the shelves, but 020, hard to find. So up here we got timers. Focus. Come on, don't let me down. Ah, there we go. All right, so right here is the best. All right, we're gonna cancel that. All right, so this are your times. You got your current reaction time, 0 to 60, 0 to 100. You got your eighth miles per hour. You got your quarter and your quarter miles per hour. But break from miles per hour. So all of that stuff, the current is blank because I have not driven this car in like a week. The last is also going to be blank. So it's the same metrics, just the last. So it was the last time, and then it records the current time. Y'all get it. Y'all know how that works. But the best, there's numbers on the best because this is the last thing I did. And this is like driving on streets. And I'm pretty sure the last time I drove, I didn't even reach an interstate. So this is what we got. It's got the suede and leather seats. As I said, my last car did not have those. It had the regular cloth. I think houndstooth seats is what they call them. I got a dash carpet up here. That's gonna be in my mod video. I don't only want to talk about the dash carpet and how it keeps the dash cool and protected from sun, but I want to talk about how to put it in because it ain't easy. It's a pain in the neck. So it's got leather up in here. This right here did not come like this. This piping right here. That's gonna be something I save for the mod video again. But it's got the nice soft leather right here. It's got leather there. It's got the contrast stitching, which I appreciate because it makes it look pretty good. It's got the silver door handles, which I wish those were black. It's got the Alpine speaker system. I don't know if you can see it, probably because I don't have light behind the car, but the car does have blind spot monitors. There's a little triangle on the glass of the mirror that lights up. The mirrors are also heated. So if we look at the car itself, it's that pretty granite crystal metallic. If you look close, you can see the flakes in there. Dodge, thank you for that. Alright, so if we go to the wheels, we get a good look at the wheels. So they're 20 by 9 inch wheels. And as we're looking at it, it does have the 4-piston Brembo brakes, the black edition, which is not special. It just calibers happen to be black. I'm still thinking about painting those red. Curb rash. Bad driving habits right there. That's when going through the drive-through and not paying attention. All right. So the car does come with two 45 20-inch tires. I really like the contrast spoiler that it's got on the back of it. So I see a lot of these the spoiler is the same color as the car. Like I like that spoiler is not the same color. I'll let y'all see under the hood. So we're gonna pull the hood. Let's see what this engine is like. I know a lot of y'all should be able to do this with one hand. Oh, almost. Oh, got it. Talented. Alright, so what kind of engine we got? Powered by SRT on the side. Alright. So again, this is 6.4 liter V8 naturally aspirated. No supercharger, no turbos. Nothing else. Just straight engine. You ever seen those shows like Street Outlaws? What you got? You boosting? You spraying? No. All motor. There you go. All motor. Yeah, buddy. Fun fact about the 6.4 liter V8, or the Hemis in general. So if you look down here, these are your spark plug boots. So every cylinder has 2 spark plugs. So if you ever wonder how Dodge gets so much power out of their naturally aspirated engines, that's how they do it. 2 spark plugs per set. No, I don't know how they do it. I'm joking. I'm lying. I don't even know how they do that. Seriously. But I'll tell you one thing that's cool about this is if you get a Scat Pack with this 6.4 liter V8, it really looks like the spark plugs are accessible. Like there's not really much in the way when it's time to do a tune-up. You're gonna want to do a tune-up if you keep your car long enough. If you want it to still perform like it's always performed, you gotta do a tune-up. You gotta at least change the spark plugs. No, tune-up is you change the oil, change a bunch of other fluids like the antifreeze, change the transmission fluid, which you can't even access transmission fluid on most engines anymore. Change the fuel filter. But if you don't do nothing else, you gotta get those spark plugs. I'm telling you, the car will run like it's brand new even with 80,000 miles on it, as long as you get those spark plugs. Trust me, I know. Why that's significant? Because I got scars all over my arms that prove it's not always easy to change the spark plugs on a vehicle. And the scars come from changing the spark plugs on that bad boy right there. Salaman Grande. A big workhorse, my daily driver. Yeah, I daily drive a Ram 1500. It's got the 5.7 liter V8 in it. Love that too. Automatic transmission. Yeah, you gotta make sure you can get to the spark plugs. And another thing, before we even go any farther, I don't even have. I'll make sure I show you the trunk. We're gonna look at the back seat too. And you see all that space? Look at that. Space for days. For days. All the way back there, and the seats fold down. So if you got something like a 2x4 or a table or whatever you're trying to put in here, you can put it in here because there's space. I got my helmets back here for when I go to the track. Stay prepared. That guy, don't even ask me about that. I don't know what that's about. When I do my tools video, talk about stuff that I have for my car specifically, I'm gonna talk about this. So you gotta stay tuned. You gotta watch my videos to see all the stuff that I'm talking about. I'm trying to be thorough and go over everything. I even got a bag of tools right here. This is stuff I deemed was appropriate, essential. You even got a microfiber cloth in here. Quick details and wipe down. Alright, we're gonna go around the side and look in the back seat real quick. Even though it's like any back seat. I've seen a back seat before, but not like this one. It's one of the reasons why I bought this car. I have 2 sons, 2 kids, 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they gotta be able to fit. And they can fit just fine. I can put their car seats back here, fits just fine. No problem whatsoever. I do want to make sure I say a couple more things about the car. So I know I mentioned I paid like around $38,000 for the car. Like, I can't remember. I cannot find the sales order anywhere. I know I got it. Didn't just get rid of the paperwork from buying the car. That would be crazy. I paid $38,000. My payment is $480 a month. It's something I'm comfortable with. I know it's probably a little on the high side for some people out there, but I was good with it. I was good with $480 a month. Financed through a credit union. My interest rate, I think, is around like 2.9%. So, you know, it works out. It works out for me. I'm comfortable with my payment. I'm comfortable with how much I paid for the car, considering all the stuff it's got in it. So yeah, I'm good. I'm appreciative. I'm trying to take care of what I have. The mod thing is just something extra that I enjoy. I feel like if you buy something, you need to make it your own. Like, you do what you're gonna do to it to make it your own, especially if you're gonna keep it. Like, I feel I'm trying to keep this Scat Pack for a long time. If a Hellcat rolls around, if I see one and it's for the right price, I might consider getting that. But in the meantime, I'm happy. I'm happy with what I got. Alright everybody, so that's it for this video. Stay tuned to the rest of my videos. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when I'm dropping videos. This weekend is gonna be a good weekend. The toy drives are coming up, and you know, the people from the car community and the car clubs, you can't just have a toy drive. Like, you can't just go to a Walmart or a Buffalo Wild Wings parking lot and just collect toys. No, you gotta have a car show, you gotta have a burnout contest, you gotta have a rev contest. You gotta do everything there is that ain't got nothing to do with toys, but stuff that people like to see. So stay tuned. I'm definitely gonna try my best to get out this weekend. Last time I was on Facebook, I probably set notifications for like 10 events. I'm not gonna make it to 10 events, but I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to make it to as many of them as I can, so I can bring you some content. It is December 12th, and it's cold everywhere except for here. Here is 78 degrees, partly cloudy, and beautiful. It's a little overcast right now, but you get it. You get what I'm saying. So, it's Blue Suit Reviews. Until I see you again, stay warm.